Welcome back to another video. Let us continue solving some more problems related to atomic structure. The 41st question is, what transition in the hydrogen spectrum would have the same wavelength as the Balmer transition N4 to N2 for the helium plus spectrum? Now we can apply the formula lambda equal to Rz square times 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square, which simplifies to 3R by 4. We can equate 3r by 4 to r times 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square, because in the second case the atomic number for hydrogen is 1. Now we get 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square as 3 by 4, which is only possible when n1 equal to 1 and n2 equal to 2. Thus the transition would be from second state to first state, which is option B. In the 42nd question, we have been given the mass of a golf ball, which is 40 grams, and the speed of the golf ball, which is 45 meters per second. The accuracy for calculating the speed is given as 2%, which is why we get the uncertainty in the velocity as 2% of given speed, which turns out to be 0.9 meters per second. We could apply Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, and we would get uncertainty in position multiplied by uncertainty in momentum equal to h by 4 pi. Now we can substitute the uncertainty in momentum as mass into uncertainty in velocity and their respective values as given in the question. We can substitute Planck's constant as 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 and pi as 3.14. When we simplify this, we get the uncertainty in position approximately equal to 1.46 into 10 power minus 33 meters, which is option A. In the 43rd question, we have been given lambda to represent the de Broglie wavelength of an electron. We need to find the minimum radius of the orbit. Now, we can use mvr equal to nh by 2 pi, a formula used from Bohr's model of an atom, and lambda equal to h by mv. From mvr equal to nh by 2 pi, when we take the mv to the RHS, we get r equal to n by 2 pi into h by mv and r equal to lambda by 2 pi, which is option B. In the 44th question, it is given that the charge on an electron and proton is reduced to half its initial value. We have to consider the variable r to represent Rydberg's constant. We need to find the new value of the Rydberg's constant. Now, the formula for Rydberg's constant is the charge power 4 multiplied by the mass of electron or mass of particle divided by 8 epsilon naught square Ch cube, where epsilon naught is permittivity, c is speed of light, and h is Planck's constant. So we get the value of Rydberg's constant to be directly proportional to charge power 4. Since the charge is divided by 2 4 times in c power 4, we get R2 equal to R1 into 1 by 2 power 4, which is equal to R by 16. That is option D. In the 45th question, we have 1 kg solution of 1 molar glucose which has been diluted to 5 kgs. We need to find the molality of the diluted solution. Now we have 1 kg of 1 molar glucose containing 180 gram less than 180 grams of glucose, where 180 grams is the molecular weight of glucose. When we apply the formula molality into 1000 times weight of solution divided by 1000 plus weight of molality of solution into molecular weight of glucose on both the sides, that is the diluted side and the initial side, we get 1 into 1000 square divided by 1180 equal to x, that is the molality of final solution, into 1000 into 5000 divided by 1000 plus 180x. When we solve this, we get x to be approximately 1.75 molar, which gives option D. In the 46th question, we have the mass number of an atom 81, and it has been given that 31.7 more neutrons are present compared to the number of protons. If there are 31.7% more neutrons, it means that number of neutrons is 131.7 times the number of protons, and the mass number is obviously number of neutrons plus number of protons, that is number of nucleons. Now, the number of protons can be considered as 100% number of protons, and when we add 131.7% to 100%, we get mass number equal to 231.7% number of protons, 81 equal to 231.7 by 100 number of protons, and number of protons turns out to be 81 into 100 into 10 divided by 231.7 into 10, which comes out to be approximately 35, which is option C. In the 47th question, we have to assume the shortest wavelength of helium plus in the Balmer series is X. Now we know that in the Balmer series, the value of N1 equal to 2 and the value of N2 has to be highest if we need the wavelength to be shortest. And N2 can be highest at infinite separation, so N2 equal to infinity. 1 by N2 square comes out to be approximately 0 or tends towards 0, so we neglect that value and we get 1 by lambda 1 equal to 4 times Rydberg's constant divided by 4, which is x. So we get x equal to 1 by Rydberg's constant. Now when we apply 1 by lambda equal to RH z square whole into 1 by n square minus 1 by n2 square, we get 1 by lambda 2 equal to 9 into Rydberg's constant whole into 7 divided by 9 into 16. We get 1 by lambda 2 equal to 7 RH by 16. Lambda 2 is 16 by 7 RH. 1 by RH we can substitute as x and we get wavelength 2 as 16x by 7, which is option B. Sorry, this is option B, not option A. Question 48. The mass of the particle is 10 power minus 10 grams and the radius is given as 2 into 10 power minus 4 centimeters. The uncertainty in measurement of velocity is 10 power minus 6 centimeters per second into 0.0001%. In other words, uncertainty in velocity is 10 power minus 14 meters per second and mass is 10 power minus 13 kg. Now, when we apply Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, we get uncertainty in the position into uncertainty in momentum equal to h by 4 pi. When we substitute the values for delta V and m, h and pi, we can get the value of uncertainty in position 10 power minus 27. That is a simplified value for 10 power minus 13 kg into 10 power minus 14 meters per second. Value of Planck's constant is 6.625 into 10 power minus 34. Pi is approximately 3.14, and when we cancel out, we get the uncertainty in position approximately 5.2 into 10 power minus 8 meters. That is option A. The 49th question is a theory based question. The maximum energy is present in any electron at which state or at which distance. Now, if we want maximum energy, we need minimum wavelength because energy is hc by wavelength. To get the minimum wavelength, we need to have the minimum value of n2 square. That is, we need to have the minimum value for n2. I'm sorry, maximum value for n2. N2 can be maximum at infinite separation. Thus, the maximum energy present in any electron is at infinite distance. We could also solve this in another way. The potential energy is always less than 0 and so is the kinetic energy. Thus, to have greatest value for energy, it has to be equal to 0 and that is only possible at infinite separation from the nucleus. The last question for this video but not the least is based again on the uncertainty principle. We have been given the uncertainty into momentum, that is delta x, as 3.31 into 10 power minus 2 kg ms power minus 1. We have to find the uncertainty in the position. When we substitute the value of delta p in delta x delta p equal to h by 4 pi, we get 3.31 into 10 power minus 2 delta x equal to 6.62 into 10 power minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14. 3.14 is the approximate value for pi, and as before, h equal to 6.62 into 10 power minus 34. We could consider it as 6.625, but in this question, most of the options are far apart from each other, so 6.62 would still give us the correct answer. When we simplify this equation, we get the value for delta x to be approximately 1.59 into 10 power minus 33 meters. Thanks for watching this video. If you had any doubts, do let me know in the comments. And let's move on to the final set of 10 questions in the next video.